Alright, we are live.
Are we ready? Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Yay.
We're back for another episode of Pandemic Legacy Season 2. What?
For a second, no, I noticed that one of our followers, I thought it said a chair, but it's a chayar.
Oh, no, I totally fell for that too.
And I was just like, oh, a chair followed us. Yeah.
Now that we've sorted that out,
Yep.
suitably, goofily.
I mean, we're a bunch of
We're getting into July, so we have already set everything up. You might notice that we have this fancy new continent here on the map, and we will now share for you exactly how that happened. So, flip over this card during step 2 of setup for your first game in July. So if you have not yet opened box 57, Africa, scratch the box below. We got this notice. Our scouts report that the Hollow Men have raided Africa. We quickly mobilized, but too late. So we opened package 7, and that's what contained this, and destroyed the unrationed event card Topaz Experimental Vaccine. So, that would have been nice to have, but we don't have it. However, we do know, or can assume, based both on our previous knowledge of the locations of the labs, and the reference to Topaz and the name of that, that Topaz is somewhere in these 5 cities. I think it was Madagascar. I think we assumed it was Madagascar, but it could maybe be Johannesburg. So we'll see how that goes. So that's that. We also got a recon report. There is infestation here. Vermin carrying the plague run through the cities. The abandonment of supply line by our Haven leadership has driven much of the world to the brink. Old satellite towers dot the landscape. We can use them to broadcast information to each other, which should cut down our need for travel on the ever-growing grid. So, couple of things that means. We have infested cities, so even though we previously had one in Mexico City because of it becoming Forsaken, we have reached the point in the game now where we would have those even if we hadn't done that. So that's fully in play, fully optimized, those sorts of things. We also have these fancy new buildings called supply towers. That one's, satellite towers. That one's upside down. But basically, we can spend 2 supply cubes to build them in our current city. Once they're there, we can spend an action to give a card matching the color of our city to any other player anywhere in the world. So
it has to be based out of that city, yes?
Yes, you have to be in a city with a satellite tower in order to use that ability. So, this is really exciting. It does open up some opportunities, means that maybe I can move away from playing Vix, the instructor, because we'll have sort of alternate ways to get cards to people across different cities. But for now, I am still playing them, simply because we don't have any of that infrastructure. And then, last but not least, we got another journal entry and from the archives. So here we go. Journal entry, this is present day. Satellite towers have started picking up faint broadcast signals. We need to know who's transmitting. We think it's the Hollow Men, but there's someone else. Could the Hollow Men be taking orders? Is someone ordering them to spread the plague? The grid is growing and can't handle Hollow Men spreading the plague. We're prepared to forsake some if need be. Would that make us the monsters the world thinks we are? Ooh, existentialism. And then from the archives, this is July year 38, so about halfway between present day and the initial outbreak. It says, Haven Network's still at full capacity. When we were relocated here, they set us up properly. Hope is still kindled. Strange to see adults on the Havens who never knew the world before. I dream to live on land again. Sometimes dream of fleeing for utopia. I imagine they still function like the old world. I miss land and dirt. I hear they are close to a cure. Would they share it with our people? So this is a little bit of a prequel compared to what we got last time. This is someone thinking about what life would be like in utopia before they fucking bailed on us. Okay, so yeah, we've gotten everything else set up. We've gone ahead and infected the grid. We did have one incident in Tripoli, so that's a shame. But I think we've kind of got our marching orders where we know about where we have to be. A lot of stuff in Europe, Northern Africa, little bit of stuff in North America. Chicago, New York might be, Washington might be problems. And we know our priorities. So before the end of July, we absolutely want to recon the Middle East because we're tired of being behind the curve and missing out on these really awesome unfunded events.
Yep.
So, priority numero uno is reconning the Near East. Priority numero dos is we have a new objective, triangulate signals. which is completed as soon as we get a satellite tower in a yellow, black, and blue city simultaneously. And unlike most of the other objectives, that objective itself prompts us to open a door. So I think we'd like to move in that direction. I think a lot of this game is going to be damage control because we are down to 2 funding. So it's going to be a lot of, where can we shore up, preventing population loss, getting some permanent objectives completed, rather than actually looking to go for a win. So, we Schwazied and Jacob is first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Let's do it. Do it too.
Let's do it. First action. No, free action. Yes!
Yeah!
I can do things like that. Alright. Actual action. Produce and deliver.
Yep, produce and deliver with your simultaneous farming, couriering, superhumaning.
Okay. So then I have... I won't be able to get to Paris.
True.
You can reinforce Frankfurt.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to produce. Move.
Or you could build a satellite tower on Istanbul.
It does take 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could do that. What do you guys think?
I think it'd be good to get that up immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the black.
It is
Yeah,
black,
exactly. It's black, which is how we're coordinating.
Alright.
Let's do it.
And Frankfurt only has 2 cards in deck, so...
You know.
So
Alright.
Istanbul has a satellite tower. Do you have any actions remaining?
That's what I'm checking. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I did,
You
I
could
would
just give me Cairo, or,
Moscow.
Moscow.
Give you Moscow.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be great.
Unfortunately. Alright. So that's my turn. Now I draw 2 cards. Chicago.
Okay.
Alright.
Blue.
And?
Istanbul!
Okay, big money, big money.
Boy.
Big money, no whammy.
Alright,
go.
so infect 2.
Alright. Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. Nope, not both.
Jacksonville. Again, not the one.
Jacksonville!
Goddamn Jacksonville.
Ow.
I'm so fucking tired of that city. Alright,
Okay.
William. Do shit.
Yep.
So,
Ideally...
I can drop on a Washington remotely.
Yeah.
So, it's an action to transmit a card, yes?
Correct.
I definitely feel like my last 2 actions should be going to Tripoli or going to Istanbul and transferring the Tripoli to you. Because that way you can get ready to recon that on your turn, assuming Greg does something similar.
No, I think
I
that's...
absolutely think that's right.
Cool.
That being said, I do have 2 turns.
Okay.
I can remote drop onto Tripoli, Washington, and San Francisco. San Francisco's fine.
You can only
Tripoli
do
is now
that
fine.
once.
Yeah, I can only remote drop once.
I would say Washington. I think San Francisco's fine, and Tripoli has been reinforced by Jacob, so I think...
Okay. I can remote drop on a Washington, produce supplies,
And then move to Jacob.
move to Jacob and transmit the card. And I could give you the supplies.
That works.
Yeah.
Because you can make better use of it than I can. So, first action, remote drop on a Washington.
Yep.
Second action is to produce supplies. That's only 1 or is it 2?
2 because
You're in
Right.
You're in the...
Which did you account for that? Okay. I didn't know.
That's
if
why
you,
there were 2.
I didn't know if you had like a different way to produce extra supplies. You're just like a wizard that just like you speak words.
You have some. You have some.
Yeah, you speak words and supplies happen. I don't know how it works. I don't. It's all Greek to me. So
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 3/4 of the way there. Yeah,
oh, yeah, you can.
Because
Because
he's in a
the
satellite.
Supply satellite station.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That is amazing. Oh, I like these
Even though
satellite
you are
stations.
in the same city, he's broadcasting like down the street.
Yeah. We're in the same radio station.
Come here.
I'm finishing building the radio station. I'm just like, just hammering away at it. And
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah. I have some information about Tripoli. Alright, send it over.
Well, right now it's a system like the Bart Simpson, like megaphones hooked up, like 10 megaphones stacked, and that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Okay, draw 2. Sao Paulo.
Okay.
Buenos Aires.
Yellow
Fully
there.
searched one.
Cool.
And then 2
Which I think
infections.
it's worth the fully search because that gives us.
Washington.
Okay, well,
Okay,
good job
good
reinforcing.
drop.
Denver.
Denver.
Not super concerned about it. Oh, this was great. We mentioned this at the end of last game, but Denver is our first city to make it to recovering status.
Yep.
And it's even one population over.
Yeah.
Recovering status starts at 6. Denver's currently at 7.
So but also reach population cap for that matter.
Yeah, 8 is population cap. So actually, yeah. Denver gets,
So Denver is the new metropolis in the U.S.
basically, yeah. Which I mean, if you
It's
think about
because you go into Denver International Airport, they have all that blank space nearby the airport.
Yeah.
It's clearly a presidential bunker or something.
Yep.
That's where all population hit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
And
That's his facts.
I mean, if we're assuming sort of like a global climate disaster scenario, being in the middle of the country at close to the highest elevation,
Yeah.
that's probably
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, not definitely the place you want to be.
Yeah.
And the marriage
Okay, so we drew,
Yeah.
infected, and now it's me. Okay, so I
Oh,
have
we're going
4
wild
actions,
there now.
and I know that one of them has to be giving you Kyra.
Yes.
So where do I actually want to end up? I think.
In order to give me Cairo, you have to be in the same spot that I am.
Yeah.
So that's going to take you 2 actions off the bat.
So what do we think about producing supplies in Providence, moving, giving, and then moving to Frankfurt so that I can be ready to kind of sweep through here and do
That's a
something
good idea.
structural?
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
Cool. All right. So I produce supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I move. I give you Cairo,
Oh, this is so satisfying.
and then I move again.
Cool.
And that's my
Draw
that's my
your
turn.
own cards.
All right. Epidemic. That's unfortunate.
Very.
Here in Frankfurt, which I can bamf you out.
I think there's only one Frankfurt in the point.
I think that's
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Chicago.
Ooh. Okay. It
Well,
doesn't. It doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah. No incident happens. It's
Oh, that's
just
fantastic.
all
I forgot
cubes
about that.
that would be there or that
That's-
are there are removed.
Best case scenario.
Yeah. Epidemics cannot trigger an incident during the infect phase.
So we have 2 Chicagos.
Yeah, we have 2 Chicagos,
We have
2
2
Tripolis,
Tripolis,
2 Washingtons.
2 Washingtons, 2 Paris.
Ooh, Paris.
Paris is gonna hurt. Chicago's gonna hurt. Denver.
1 Frankfurt, 1 Lagos, 1 Cairo, Sao Paulo, Jacksonville.
Those will survive.
Alrighty.
Oh shit.
What?
I might have wanted to take a card from you.
Oh.
You could retcon because Jacob
Is that an
can.
action?
Jacob can get to Paris.
It is an action, so I wouldn't have gone to. Well, no, he can't because he's going to Cairo.
Right. Because he's reconning.
It's not that big a deal.
Wait, can he move, remote drop, move, search? Do you have the 5 action thing? You have a free movement, right?
Yeah, I do. I could move.
Do you want to retcon that and give a card?
Drop.
I mean, there's no real effect to it.
I don't.
Up to
It's
you.
no.
strategy
I-
optimization.
I think it's fine, just especially because.
I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
dirty save scummer who.
Yeah,
Fast
it's not.
optimization.
I wouldn't need it to like prevent you from hitting
Yeah.
card cap because you're going to get rid of 4 of those. It was more just like a, oh, I could have done that instead of getting one
Yeah.
move closer.
Yeah,
I think this is fine. We should be all right.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
And we've got 6 blues between us. Like we should be all right.
Okay.
Alright.
What do we infect? I drew my other card. It was the second New York.
Denver.
Denver.
Okay, so an incident in Denver.
That's fine.
Tripoli.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
I
Jacob.
was gonna say save Paris, but well, wait. You can still do that, right?
Yes.
Save Ferris?
Paris.
Save Bueller.
Isn't Save Ferris a band?
Really?
I'm sure there was some '80s grunge band.
I think it's actually like a new punk band.
So free, then produce and drop.
Ska punk.
That's 2. No, that's 1. 2.
Somehow.
3.
4. Alright.
4.
What box is
So
that? Package
9, 8, 2.
2. Package 2.
I am good at eyesight.
The
Reading.
eyes, they
The
work.
3 glasses people are looking at each other.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's heavy.
Okay.
Got the rest of the world. It's got many cards.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Damn.
No.
It's a goddamn zombie.
No. I liked it better when it was had crap in it. like not world crap.
Alright, so. Throw that away.
Damn it.
No.
These are probably the Hollow Men.
Alright.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, they are.
Recon report. This package includes 24 cards, 6 sticker cards, and 24 Hollow Men figures.
Ass.
Alright. This region is sinister. The locals swear that the Hollow Men roam the area, transport rats and vermin, and release them into cities. There are satellite towers here, picking up faint transmissions from someone. The Hollow Men? By August, we think, we'll be able to fine-tune our equipment and start listening in on them. Although we suspect that we can recon from Kolkata, as of yet, we do not know how. Open the following doors if you have not done so already. F and 14, which we have opened, I know that for a fact. 53 should be the map. And then 62.
I don't have either.
63?
62 and 53.
62.
No, 62 is the map.
62 is the map, and 53?
Yes.
53. Yeah, 4 infected cities, including Baghdad, are entry points.
Ah! I don't like.
Limits of our knowledge. You do not know how to You do not yet know how to recon out of Kolkata. Although, presumably we will once... you know what I bet? I bet as soon as we get triangulate signals, we'll figure out how. Alright, so we'll do that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you've connected a new city, Baghdad. Add the player cards for Baghdad to the player discard pile.
Purple and India part is gone. Like, not, like, shrouded. Like, India ends before it should because of the purple.
Yeah, that is true.
That
does not sound very good.
That's vaguely disconcerting.
Someone put that sticker on better than I could ever possibly hope to.
Those.
But yeah.
Add the infection cards for Baghdad to the game end area. Just did the discard pile for the player cards. Put the 4 Hollow Men gather cards into the infection discard pile. What the hell are these? Alright.
I don't think I want to know.
Hollow Men gather. Drawing this card is not an infection card draw. Draw the next infection card and add a Hollow Men figure to it instead of infecting it. If you draw another Hollow Men gather card, keep drawing and only add 1 figure to the first city you reveal. So actually, drawing them all together is the best possible scenario. Because then you still only have Hollow Men. Okay, well I have no idea what the implications
Even a
of that
series of sound effects.
sound effects. Wagga wagga. Yeah, those big ones are super hard.
Yeah, that's just part of India that's gone. That's not great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of India has disappeared from the face
so
of this
here's what I
world.
will say: those Hollow Men gather just got put in there. It's a good thing that we triggered the epidemic.
Yeah, before that, yeah.
Once again, someone with sticker skill. Put this onto roughly 100E. Roughly there, I think.
Alright. Unrationed event, renewal. Place a character ability worth 2 or less on a character card currently in play. You may place this ability over a scar. Destroy this card after use. Use it any time, not an action. Who wants it?
Down there. Wait, we can just have it?
This goes into someone's hand, yes.
I mean, I don't think it should be... Well, it's any character, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the character holding it.
On a character card currently in play.
I mean... Well, Jacob still has to draw his cards, right?
Yeah, so maybe me.
Yeah, because you have the hand limit.
Yep. Okay. Alright, so that goes to me, and that concludes the right now section. So, we got... Jesus Christ, we got...
What?
5 new rules.
Oh, well, it's all Hollow Man.
Yeah, these are all new rules, and this is a new sticker for the board. Hollow Men figures. Okay, so that's what these do. Your character gets exposed when your pawn leaves a location containing 1 or more Hollow Men figures. Instead of adding a 4th figure to a city, reduce its population by 1. This happens during the game. If a location has 1 or more Hollow Men figures or played cubes in it, reduce its population by only 1 during step 1 of game end.
So, we can't go to Hollow Man cities.
I mean, we can. We just sucks when we leave.
Well, what did you say happens when we
take an exposure?
We take an exposure when we leave. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we haven't taken any exposures yet, but it's now forcing us into that because between that and the unrationed event, giving us something to cover over a scar.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah, it's now expecting that we will be getting scars at an increasing rate.
All right.
Okay, so there's that. This goes in the reserve. All right, Jacob, I'm gonna put some rules on the thing and then hand you the trash. Okay, so let's see. Rule S, Hollow and Gather. Okay, this is just an explanation of the card. Hollow and Gather cards do not count towards the number of infection cards. In the rare event that you draw a Hollow and Gather card during step 2 of an epidemic, discard that card without effect and continue on to step 3. So that's kind of neat. Yeah. Rule sticker G. Okay, cornered. Your character gets exposed when your pawn leaves a location containing no more Hollow End figures.
Don't we have guns in this?
If a location has one or more Hollow End.
I don't know.
Okay.
A lot of gunpowder's wet.
Oh.
Okay, and then this is the rules change. Okay, alright. I am going to focus on doing this. I trust that you guys will not explode the world.
Oh, that's a tall order. Okay, I drew Jacksonville.
Yay.
And I drew Washington.
Okay.
Okay, now let's see what we're infecting.
Technically, I'm not here.
Oh, hey, I switched those.
Okay.
So one of you was there, and the other one's there. Sao Paulo?
Sao Paulo, alright. I have
Washington.
I have Washington.
Sorry.
Gosh, Greg.
It's sweaty. I'm sweaty. It's fucking miserable, okay?
It is miserable right now. Mm. Okay. So, first thing I can do, and that I maybe should do, you want to go back to Istanbul? Would that position you better for anything? Because I can do that for free.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
save you one move.
There are more connections to there are better connections to Istanbul than there are to Cairo.
Yeah, and that's free.
I can better react.
I can drop onto Chicago or Sao Paulo.
Chicago.
No, not Chicago. Washington. My bad. Washington or Sao Paulo.
Oh, that's equal.
No.
Washington has more. Sao Paulo, we only have one card.
How many Washingtons are in the discard pile?
One.
And then there's still one left in the top.
That's what I'm saying. Sao Paulo, there's only one card that we had. So yes, Washington.
Let's drop on Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. I'm kind of limited because y'all are close by.
Yep. What do you got? You got...
I've got 3 actions left after dropping onto Washington. I can get as far as Vinedo and restock, or Montgomery and restock.
I was thinking about sending you towards the east coast of the States. Because Greg's also going over there. Do any of your cards have foundations?
No.
Do any of Greg's have? Either of Greg's New York's? No. None of mine do either. Pretty much, if you end in New York, Greg, you might be able to get next turn to get Greg to you and take his New Yorks.
Yeah.
I also don't know if there's anything better right now. What have we got? Because we only got 2, 4, 6, 6 cubes out. There's nothing else you can save because you can't get to Chicago.
Can't get to Chicago. Can't get to Kinshasa had 2, right?
Yeah,
That
yes,
was knocked off.
Yeah, I don't see anything that you can save, but you can get to New York and start doing some work on that.
Yeah. Should I get to New York or should I get to either Montgomery or Vinedo and produce 2?
Get to New York.
Okay.
Just because you, at this point, you producing might have a negative effect on my ability to deliver stuff.
Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm in New York.
Weren't you supposed to do one thing before that?
I moved you to me, and then I remote dropped onto Washington.
Okay, yeah. So that was your fourth.
That's my 4 actions.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Draw 1. New York.
Okay.
Epidemic.
Motherfucker.
This is gonna be badish.
Don't be New York, for the love of fucking God. Motherfuck!
Why'd you say it, dude?
And I can't get myself out of there.
No, you can't.
And there's gonna be a Hollow Man on there because of fucking full of Hollow Man on that.
There's only one New York out of 1, 2, 3, 5 cards.
Yeah, but there's gonna be a Hollow Man. So there's gonna be a Hollow Man and then New York. And it's gonna be like, great, there's a Hollow Man on New York, and now I'm fucking stuck with a Hollow Man. I'm gonna take a fucking exposure.
That'll be
Well, use renewal on you.
that'll be the first exposure.
Yeah, and knowing this, it's gonna be death on the first one.
Yeah, what a troll move that would be.
You did! You did! Dude, who would put all this effort into? You did! Alrighty.
What are the other cards other than New
Washington,
York? Washington?
Denver.
Sao Paulo.
Denver
Tripoli.
and Tripoli.
It's gonna be bad.
This is not gonna be good. This is not a good.
At least we. Oh, hey, we reconned a new area.
We did.
Remember when we were talking about mitigating?
Well, so like, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is that like,
Hollow Man.
okay,
Hollow Man?
keep drawing.
Please be a Hollow Man. Please be a Hollow
That
Man.
doesn't
Please
count
be a
as
Hollow
one of
Man.
the 2 though.
Tripoli.
Okay, so
Okay, Hollow Man onto Tripoli. Tripoli's fucked.
no, that's actually kind of a good thing.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
Washington.
Okay,
Washington.
That's it.
those are 2 cities.
Those are the 2 cities.
New York's gonna happen though, and can anyone get to New York and drop even 1? Because when New York gets drawn, I will get fucked.
Yeah, probably.
I can, for sure.
Whose turn is it right now?
You.
Yours?
I just
He
finished.
finished.
Was that your
That was my
draw?
second card. My first draw was New York.
Cool. All right. So I mean, 1.
No, you won't be able to drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll get there and not be able to drop.
Ah. 1, 2, 3.
It's honestly worth it. Because also I can take the New York from you on my turn and build a supply center.
Yep.
Okay.
No, supply centers cost 5.
Ass.
That's alright.
Draw you on cards.
Yeah, I guess I will. For supplies,
Not bad.
Sao Paulo Foundations. Perfect.
Sao Paulo.
Ugh.
Vincent
All
track
right.
route.
Holland gather where?
Holloman.
They gather in Denver.
Ooh, that's not fun.
No,
That is not fun.
The good thing is San Francisco and LA are safe thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If we can avoid Chicago getting infected, we're fine.
Yep. Cool.
My turn?
Yep.
Cool. What do I need to save? I need to save
Sao Paulo.
Washington. Sao Paulo.
I can save Washington on next turn. I can also save Sao Paulo on my next turn. Or drop 1 onto it, so.
So this is actually not bad. Because these cities are still only going to go down 1 population.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't stack, right?
No.
Good.
Alright.
And that's not good. Wait, does those 2 stack in that there's a supply center on there, but there's 2 bad things?
No.
No. Okay. So the population would remain stable.
It's
Because population
if
grows.
If the location has both plague cubes and Holloman figures, its population is only reduced by 1.
Okay.
For each city that has a supply center, you increase that city's population by 1.
Okay, so it
it
cancels
goes
out
down by
entirely.
1 because of all the bad stuff. Basically, any amount of green stuff equals 1 population loss.
Got it.
Question.
Yes.
What is my priority? Sao Paulo.
So, I mean, at this point, I think we're fairly certain that we're going to lose. I mean, I don't want to be fatalistic, but it's
don't be fatalistic.
It's definitely
Just stop. Stop being fatalistic.
Do we want to try triangulate signals?
I was gonna say.
I think that would be good.
If you're being fatalistic, then we only need 4 for the. Oh no, we need 2 supply cubes for that.
Yeah. So where do we want to build them?
I'd say 1 in America, just because there's so much.
Yeah. I mean,
I would probably say.
Do we want to say New York? Something because the advantage with supply centers is that we want them to be easily accessible. So
you mean with
satellite towers?
Yes, I keep saying satellite towers. Yeah, with satellite towers.
I would totally make the argument for that.
New York.
New York.
New York.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. All right. Yeah. No, I think this is good. Yeah, I think we can absolutely get triangulate signals, and I think that should be our priority.
I'm trying to think on my turn, which is always dangerous thinking a turn ahead. But if I take New York from you, 1. Fuck, wait, I need 5. I forgot about it already.
You should still take New York from him.
Yeah, I should still take New York.
Alright.
Alright, so
Did you end in one?
Jacob,
No, I'm not ending in Washington.
I mean, I can pull you out.
That's not why I'm not ending in Washington.
Okay.
It's a waste of my
Yeah.
time.
You're right.
Cool. No doubt. What about, do we want to add cities to the grid? Get down here and do some,
I'm hesitant going through plague cities, though.
What happens if you start a turn in an infested city?
Exposure.
It's an exposure.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You could charter from Lagos to Antamandano.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I could charter there. I could
Antananarivo.
I could also go if I did it in the middle of my turn. I could go Kinshasa to Johannesburg and then move to Johannesburg.
I can also get you out of there.
I know. Yeah. But I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. No, sorry. 3. And 4 I'm just going to produce, so that next turn I can go to Lagos and build the...
Did you already use your free move?
I did not.
Damn!
Okay, let me just recalculate. So free, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Right. Yeah. And that way, the first thing I do next turn, I can spend these 2 to put down a satellite.
Yep.
If we get to that next turn.
Cool. Great.
My turn. Tripoli with foundations.
Okay.
Cairo.
Okay. So yeah.
Sure.
All right. New York.
Ooh, I'm really glad that it
I'm
wasn't
glad you were
Parliament
there
gathered
too,
in
man.
New York.
Parliament.
Parliament gathered where?
In Washington.
Oof. That's actually great because it prevents an infection or an incident.
Oh, you do that instead of.
Yeah, instead of placing a cube or like doing this.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'll read the thing. Make sure we got that right.
You are.
So first thing I'd say is remote drop on Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do not remove a supply cube or add a plague cube at exactly 1 holographic.
I thought they were here. God damn it! Why are they over here?
We don't add any endgame Holloman sticker, right? Like a town that has a Holloman, we don't add a Holloman to it at the end of the. Okay.
No.
It's just a paranoia of mine because, like, obviously with the first game, it's designed that the Holloman try and spread far. Because
Speaking of your paranoia,
yeah.
we do have one action that we have not been taking.
The remove things.
The remove things.
Still paranoid about.
Yeah, inoculate.
Inoculate. I think its
I
impact
actually
is less
completely
right now.
forgot that it existed.
Me too.
I'm gonna level with you guys.
I did too, and that's why I started thinking about it and was like, wait a minute, we also have this thing.
On the level, I think its impact is minimized right now.
Yeah.
Especially because we don't intend to win right now.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So, turn 1 was Washington.
Yes.
Turn 2, take that. I'm at 6. Turn 3, move to Montgomery and produce. Once again,
I am going to need to produce on my turn. You know, basically, between the two of us, we need to produce enough to drop the satellite tower in New York.
So what you can do, Will, is you can produce, give one to Greg, because even if you produce in New York, just take that one, give it to Greg. So he only has to produce one next turn.
Or, don't know if this will make any difference turn-wise, if it's 6-1, half a dozen. Move to Montgomery, produce, and move Greg to me, free action, and give him 2 cubes, free action.
I mean, it literally makes no difference. Yeah. Because one way, I mean, it keeps him out of New York.
Doesn't one way give us 1 extra cube?
No.
No? Have I been counting wrong?
So, the way I'm saying right now is, he has 2 actions left, right?
Right.
So, either he uses 1 action to move to Montgomery and then builds 2 cubes, right?
Right.
So he now has 2 cubes, right? But also you're in Montgomery. Right? So next turn you're gonna, in order to get the 2 cubes to New York, you still have to take 1 action. Sure. Or if he were currently to stay in New York, build a cube and give it to you, he could, and then if he were to move out, then he could, or if he were to build 2 cubes and give them to you because there's 2 remaining actions, then that would save us 1 action.
He already has a cube though.
Oh, so yeah, so okay, I didn't realize you had.
So yeah, maybe just produce, transfer, and
give, and then
go
both.
anywhere you want. Lagos, maybe.
Produce, transfer. I can go to Lagos. Would me being nearby help you at all?
Meh. I don't know. I really don't, like, I can give you Lagos, but you're collecting blues, so it doesn't matter.
If I do go to Lagos, if you chart a new place and go there for whatever reason, don't know why you would necessarily, but if you go there, I can bamf you out on my turn.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but you can ban me from anywhere, pretty much, so.
You know what else you should do before you leave Lagos? Sea route to Antananarivo.
Yeah, how much does that cost me?
2.
3. Isn't it
2
3?
supply cubes. No, it's 2 reduced to 1 if you have the guy.
Okay. Yeah. That'll cost more.
Okay, I have 1 move left. I say I just move to Lagos.
Alright, that works.
Because I can't really go into Washington at this point, so.
Yep.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright,
Two
draw your
cards.
own cards.
Lima with 2 searches.
Okay.
Which, do I have to... No, I have 7 at this point. And then 5th Denver.
Get rid of one of your yellows.
Any particular thoughts? Buenos Aires because it hasn't been drawn yet.
Yeah.
Just because I have remote drop.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's called supplier, but I call it remote drop.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Nice
Cool.
things.
Alright.
And why we can't have them. The tail by
Frankfurt.
Yoink. Yeah.
Lagos.
Yeah. Save Lagos.
I think that we only drew 1 in the entire game.
That's correct.
So.
Okay, so my turn. First of all, 2 supply cubes gets me a satellite tower in New York.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Okay, so...
And you can now transfer all of your blues.
Oh, yeah! Oh, none of them.
You can't transfer stuff like unrationed events or produce supplies, right?
No.
Correct.
Okay. You can only transfer the color that. Let's see. Got it.
Okay.
So what do we... I mean, okay, things that we want to
let's
do.
see
We
this.
want... You're about to build a satellite tower in Lagos. So that's good.
So...
I can...
What produce supplies do you have? Both of them will destroy it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because system-wide production right now would be decently useful.
It's true.
Because that would...
Well, would it?
it would still be decently useful. It would save Lagos just in case. It would go into Denver and prevent that from anything else from happening there. I mean, those two itself seem decently useful, but I don't think that it's worth it destroying the card.
Yeah, I agree.
If you draw an epidemic on your turn, you get a Holloman Lagos.
Highly unlikely to.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Hollow Men go to it doesn't matter if there are supply cubes in there or not. They just aren't there.
Well, let's think about. Okay, so do we want me to shore stuff up, or do we want me to start sort of like producing a bunch of supplies and trying to make a bunch of supply connections?
I don't know.
Oh, actually, Baghdad technically got added, so that's done.
No, don't go for doing a bunch of connections.
Okay.
I still think we have a way of winning this.
I think we do too, actually.
I actually think we're not as bad as fatalistic Mr. Greg over here.
Build that on your turn. I'm fatalistic too.
Yeah.
You build that on your turn.
So shore up where you can.
I mean, I can try to get to Chicago.
I'd start going in that direction.
I can't get to Chicago unless I'm willing to take a wound.
Don't.
No, don't go to don't do that, but start going in that direction. Go through Jacksonville and Atlanta.
That would actually be helpful if you stay in blue, because then I can bamf to you with these and build right away. I could even move to Chicago, build it, and bamf out.
Yeah.
Or well, I can move somewhere else.
1, 2, and I have one action left, so just produce a cube.
Yep.
Or do we want to inoculate New York?
That's also a free action.
You're right. It is a free action. I forgot about that. I know nothing about this.
Yeah.
These infectious delights have infectious ends.
And we already have to have it.
I don't think that's how that play goes.
Yeah. All right.
Just a thought.
That might be a good idea. Honestly, that would keep it off a little bit off our radar. Which is nice. I would go for it.
All right. Yes, I'm going to inoculate.
Purposefully not standing at the table right
I'm going to inoculate New York, and this goes in box 8.
Screen grab. There's currently no William in shot.
William, can you grab me?
No.
Package 6.
He disagrees.
Mutinous.
William the Mutinous.
You know, I'm starting to like autocracy a bit more than democracy.
I forgot we put a San Francisco in here.
We already inoculated San Francisco.
You were there.
Remember?
Yeah, I know.
2-3 weeks ago.
Okay, so yeah, those are my. Or well, that's. Fail.
You still have one action.
Yeah, I produced a cube.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
Okay.
Draw your own cards.
San Francisco. Triple-A Rainbow. Literal rainbow. I have events, produce supplies. The only thing I'm missing is the purple.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called.
Yeah. Chicago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad I didn't go there.
Paris.
Alright. Jacob.
Alright. First things first, let's complete an objective.
That's what is that? That's box
35.
35. And we open that now, I believe.
Yeah, open door 35 now.
That's 53, not 35. Good job. Box 35. There's words on it.
Alrighty. Triangulation complete. We picked up some chatter from the Hollow Men. We learned that they primarily use 3 frequencies, 9.2, 9.31, and 11.88. When we get these satellite towers fully operational, we predict this will happen at around August. We will be able to listen in on their signals. Keep this in the reserve.
You're listening to Hollow 11.88.
I think none of those are frequent. Okay, we're safe. None of those are frequencies out of Jacksonville. I know my Jacksonville.
These are really low frequencies.
They are. They must either that or really high. They might be in a different order.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Fuck it.
All right. So that's action 1.
It's not out of Jacksonville.
This is destroyed at the end of the game in which we complete.
Yeah.
Okay, so
1, 2.
we need the supply centers now. Can you? Yes, thank you.
So we have a blue supply center.
We have a blue supply center.
Do we want to build it here? Do you want to bamf to me, or do we want to try to build it in Johannesburg?
Johannesburg requires moving to Kinshasa, then creating a supply line to Johannesburg.
I can't do that this turn.
Yeah.
I have 2 actions left. I can't.
You could do it if you took the cubes from Kinshasa.
I could. Let's see, then I have.
That might be an exceptionally bad idea.
What I can do is I can mitigate Chicago's population loss on my turn. Assuming nothing catches up.
That is an alternative, yeah.
Because I can move to Chicago, drop, and then...
I can get out Johannesburg and get out this turn.
Well, so that's... I think actually Jacob, or Williams raised a more compelling point, which is if we put it in Chicago, we can mitigate the population loss.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that another thing that I can do is get to Johannesburg this turn.
Oh. You want to do it?
So I have 2 actions left. Remove.
The one thing I would say with that is let's take a look at risk-benefit of that versus what we would add in terms of would we add another epidemic.
Oh, we can't really tell that right now.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to count. We have to count the city cards that are in that deck.
Well, actually, hang on.
Isn't it always 2?
So
it
was 50,
plus the cards that we have like there.
4 when I set up, and then Baghdad added 1. No, Baghdad added 2, which gets us to 56. So yeah, adding Johannesburg would push us to 58, which is the next tier.
Okay.
I'm just saying, since this is going to be destroyed anyways, next game would be better to have a connect cities option.
That's fine. That is totally fine with me. I can reinforce Jacksonville.
That could be useful. Is there anything in Europe you can reinforce?
Not with the amount of movement that I have. Okay. I can pretty much what I can do is I can reinforce out of Vigneto.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
Yeah, of all of those, probably Jacksonville's the...
That's my thought. So boom. Produce. Drop.
Alright. Draw cards.
Sao Paulo.
Paulo.
I'm gonna have to discard.
Drop blues. Or blacks.
I'm gonna discard blacks.
Honestly, the blacks might be the better cards to drop.
Really? So I've got 3 yellows and I've got 4 blues.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't need.
We have a lot more yellows.
We don't need a. We don't need a supply center in black necessarily.
Sorry, you were saying that I should keep what I understood you saying is that we should keep blacks.
Oh no! Get rid of blacks.
He said discard black.
Yeah, discard black. My bad. If that came off in any different way, but
the problem is that I do have foundations on 1, so this is technically 3. So this is the same as yellow, but
we have between the 2 of us, we have more yellow to support you, and I have the foundations in yellow. So we have a thing.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just thinking of my turn.
Well, it's almost your turn right now.
Paris.
Paris.
That's last cube there.
Paris. Not bad.
Okay. First action, I can remote drop onto Denver. Or
where else can you remote drop? Washington.
Washington, Sao Paulo, Lima, New York, and San Francisco. But
okay, I guess Denver is probably the best.
Yeah.
Denver or Washington.
So remote drop onto Denver.
Washington has
blends in. Okay.
Actually, I might not be able to do that. Let me count this out real quick. Step 2, move here. Yeah, I can't do that.
Because you wouldn't be able to get out.
Yep. Step 2, or step 1, move here. Step 2, move here. Step 3,
build a new supply center.
Build a supply center there.
And step 4, get
Step 4, move to Atlanta.
Do you want to move to Atlanta, or do you want to move to Vigneto?
I mean,
Vigneto,
because then we were closer to actually trading stuff.
Makes sense. Cool.
Alright, one supply center built.
Okay.
Istanbul.
Okay.
St. Petersburg with 2 searches.
Which we're never gonna pull off.
Yeah, we're never gonna get there.
Not this
now.
game.
And
Jacksonville.
Okay, good save.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Right.
Does move up the incident tracker. But at least
Yeah. We mitigated the population.
Unless it spills over to into Atlanta and Washington, in which case.
In which way we've got a lot of problems.
Okay, so me.
You.
Cool. 1, 2. Give me any blue card. 3, 4.
Beautiful.
We're basically it's a race at this point because that's 2 turns in a row now that we have completely ignored damage control.
Yes.
So we gotta really hope that we're gonna manage these.
Draw your cards. Yep.
What do we got?
Buenos
Buenos
Aires.
Aires.
Not horrible.
Not horrible.
Alright. Harry is in shit. Chicago's also full of shit.
Chicago, so long as it only happens once before we finish, we're fine.
Yeah.
If it happens more than once, we're pretty fucked.
Chicago's
Not really. We
fine.
just put the cube in Denver.
Frankfurt is shitty.
Wait, it only outbursts once?
I mean, so here's what happens. If Chicago
Oh.
happens twice more, okay, well, yeah, technically, but no, that's actually really not bad.
We would go
If
to
Chicago
Washington and
outbreaks,
Denver.
yeah, we go Chicago, Washington, and Denver.
Okay.
There's no additional population.
Washington loses a population regardless because of Hollow Man, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm still getting familiar with that.
Yeah, that's.
Hi, viewer!
Yes, hello, welcome.
How novel.
We have a viewer.
We're all just like hanging out here in the middle of the South Atlantic, like there's guys with guns and rats.
Pedro, save us!
I mean, we are in Veneto.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that his hometown? Is that
Yeah, that's his hometown.
Alrighty.
Alright,
3 cards now.
3 cards now.
3 cards this time.
Ah!
Stop talking!
Well.
Swear to God.
Hollow Men.
Okay, that's not bad.
Washington.
Cool. Alright, that's about as good as we can hope for.
And Triple.
Tripoli, fine.
Yoinkus.
No, not really.
Yoinkus, doinkus.
Dingus dangus.
Dingus dangus, exactly. Alright. And the two.
We scared them away.
Can
No. What?
you build a supply center in Jacksonville and drop one in Chicago?
Why not build a supply center in Sao Paulo?
Because Jacksonville is on the way to Chicago, and
That's true.
Chicago is the game end, essentially.
That's a fair point. Is there a second Chicago in the deck?
I think there's at least one more, which is why we've had such a problem with it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Should have fucking inoculated.
Yeah. Or. Because, no, we wouldn't have because Will is so against inoculating, so you would never have
And he
done
was
it
the
on
one
his
who went
turn.
there.
Anti-vaxxer.
Yeah. Exactly.
On the
You're
record,
making all
on
this
political
happening.
record, on political record, complete opposite of what I believe. On political record, opposite of what I believe. Absolute
You
opposite.
heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Anti-science candidate. I'm just kidding. He doesn't.
I can
believe
place
that.
one on Chicago.
We're gonna messy up that audio so that they can't give us a sound clip.
Sorry, you said you can?
Yes. No, I can place 2 on Chicago.
Well, I mean, that's definitely the ideal scenario.
I mean, obviously, we still have risks with Frankfurt, Paris, Denver, bunch of other places. It's just Chicago seems to be the one card where if we draw it, that's an insta loss.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah. Alright. I can do it.
Alright.
So, start by producing.
Yep.
2. 3. Can't believe I'm wasting this on Jacksonville. Or, no, that's the thing.
This was the evil scheme all along.
Mortals!
Was to build the mountain
3,
even higher.
2, 3.
Before I have climbed the mountaintop in Jacksonville. Also, soon enough, that pile's going to be taller than the highest elevation point in Jacksonville.
Damn, dude.
Do we want 2 or 3 on there?
2. Keep 1.
I think if we make it to another epidemic, like we're basically done anyway. We'll want to have won by that time.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's
powerful
what I
turn.
got.
Alright, cool.
So,
Okay, that moves us up to 2 supply centers.
alright, now I draw. Paris!
Okay.
London!
Yo!
You're in Atlanta if we can survive.
If we can survive.
We are damage control.
You do damage control!
Alright, 3 cards.
Lagos.
Lagos.
Not bad.
Fine.
Parliament.
Alright.
And Atlanta. Washington.
Which Washington takes a population hit if it expands.
If it got one more
Parliament. Frankfurt.
Frankfurt.
That's a shame.
It's fine because there's only one Frankfurt though.
That's correct.
Alright.
Wait. No.
Wait.
I mean, there's only one in like the top section that we've been working with,
Yeah.
but there are technically 2 in there.
Alright. Your turn.
Okay.
Let us survive.
So
What
Tripoli,
will fuck us?
Tripoli will fuck us.
Tripoli will fuck us. I don't have a Tripoli.
Paris. There
Tripoli,
is at least
Paris.
one more Paris in there.
Paris is the paramount at the moment.
Buenos Aires?
Yeah. Buenos Aires is that was the epidemic. So that would fuck us. Basically, one of us is going to go north and one of us is going to go south. And we just have to hope that whichever one of us does that is the right, like we pick the right word. That's basically what's going to happen.
So, the game will end before my next turn.
Correct.
Either you
That's
will
the
build
plan.
Okay, because basically my hope is that, if I end up in Paris and Paris does outbreak, I don't want to take a hit.
The game will end before your next turn.
Okay.
We will either lose...
If it outbreaks, we lose.
Okay.
That's it. That's just how it happens. Yeah.
So, which is the greater statistical likelihood between Paris and Buenos Aires?
Paris. Because we haven't had any Parises come up, and there's 2 in that deck.
Okay.
Yes.
Produce.
Need a second one because it's...
I don't know if I can make it to Paris.
2, 3, 4. Right.
You can't make that drop.
St. Petersburg is a port. Oh, but
I
you
don't
can't
have
draw...
that thing.
We don't have a...
Yep.
If I was captain, I could have. Oh, no, I couldn't have.
Alright, here's what you should do at the moment.
Oh, wait, no. I can go to Sao Paulo.
Dude, this
Back
is
to London?
this is what you should do. Let me see. Let me think real quick.
It would save 1 turn.
So, well, you would use you'd have 1 movement, but that's an action to move to London.
Yeah, it would take you the same number.
It would take you the same number, yeah. But what you should do is you should give one of those keeps to Greg.
Yes.
For free. Move 1, 2 to Buenos Aires in place.
Okay. So
I mean, like that's the only way that we can
Yeah.
do anything this
Yep.
turn that would save anything.
Yep. Okay. 1, 2. That's
Draw.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Denver.
Oh, hey. Alright, 3 cards, please. Blocks.
Just out of curiosity.
Amazing. Yeah, what were the next ones? Wow.
There was no way I could have done Paris,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
There was no-
We were so close with 2.
Yeah,
that might not happen.
it does.
Does it? The cube hits and then this
You
goes
hit
up?
that's what causes that to go up.
That's frustrating.
The good news is we got the triangulation up.
Yeah, we got triangulation.
Yep.
We
Which-
recon to the Near East.
It's an action to make them permanent, right?
Yeah. Or no, it's
It's a game end.
game end.
Okay, so alright, let's take stock of some stuff. We can set aside cards, because that doesn't matter anymore.
Actually, I don't think we should spend a game end on triangulate right now.
I mean, on those.
On making, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll do
okay.
Let's deal with that in a bit.
So, first thing that happens, adjust population. Yes. Okay, so let's get rid of all the supply cubes. Leave everything that would affect population, and leave everything that is a building.
going down.
Lots of stuff going down. Is there anything on here that we want to prevent from going down?
My argument.
I say Frankfurt.
Certainly Frankfurt, maybe Paris as well.
Chicago.
Chicago's fine.
Chicago's fine.
Oh, Chicago's fine. Yeah, all right. That was the entire purpose of that information. Yeah, in that case, I would say both of them. How many do we have?
So we have 22 cities attached to the grid.
We have 5
wait,
points.
no. We have 23.
Still 5 points.
Because this isn't Forsaken anymore, right? That's the rule?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not Forsaken.
So 23 cities on the grid. Let me make sure.
You just said 24.
Let me make sure that
If we had 24, then I'm so sorry about convincing you out of Johannesburg.
Okay.
I mean, it almost got us to win, so.
Yeah. This is the incorrect way that I should have done something different. Okay, yeah, we have 23 cities on the grid. So we get 5 points.
5 points.
Game end stuff. It's in there. So there's these, and then there's also the stack of cards.
Those are.
Nope.
Here?
Yep. So permanent satellite towers cost 3. Character abilities. Lookout. To do the search action, you may take the city card matching your current city from the discard pile, add it to your hand, then search once.
That says one action?
Yeah.
It's a non-action.
Free action?
That's a free action?
It is a modifier to the search action.
Okay.
So you can't do it unless you immediately follow it by it's basically a prefix to the search action, but it's also a free reclamation.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to discard to search.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of free, like really cool.
It's cool but limited.
It's cool but limited. Scout, you may do the
useful.
recon action in a city that does not contain a supply center.
Not useful now.
Yeah, not currently useful. Smuggler, as an action, discard a city card to take a supply cube from the reserve and put it in a city matching the card. So it's like it's it's supplier, but
discarding the card and taking from reserve.
Yeah.
So a bit of
it's an increased cost, but it's an increase. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Architect, you may do the build supply center action with 1 fewer card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would have come in this time, but that's also expensive. It's 3. Broker, as an action, discard a city card to take a card of the same color from the player discard pile. Again, it's the same utility that it always has. Reclaim foundations, reclaim search cards.
Yeah.
Runner, as an action, discard a city well in a haven or supply center to move to any location on the grid.
That could have...
And that only costs 1.
That... Someone should get that.
That's pretty cool.
How much is that?
1. Broken Link, that's the stop drawing cards if you draw this, and discard a card. Outrider, you may do the recon action with 1 fewer card, not relevant anymore. Foreman, when doing the established supply line action, you spend 1 fewer supply cubes. Maybe, given now how many of these we got going on, potentially useful.
The question is also,
more permanent supply centers.
Do we want to do a character upgrade?
Yeah, that is a big question.
Because at that point we're leaving room for 1 scar. Which, we don't have
to upgrade these characters.
Yeah. We can do the captain and the...
We can do any of the other people that we have.
Yeah.
So...
The immunologist might be good for something.
Yeah. I mean, that was who I was probably going to jump into if we decided that I shouldn't be playing Vix anymore.
I think Vix is still good for July, at least. Till we have new objectives.
So, my thought is definitely keep Paris and Frankfurt. That's 2 of our 5 points.
Yeah.
Okay. So, nothing happens here. Nothing happens here. Nothing happens here. Do we want to... This is done. This is done. Do we want to fortify Sao Paulo, Tripoli, or Washington at all?
I don't think Tripoli's at 5.
Tripoli's at 5, Tripoli's fine.
It can take a hit. Both Sao Paulo and Washington are at 4.
Yeah.
I think they're both fine.
I think... At this point.
Alright. Okay, so we need 3 3s a 5, a 4, and a 6.
But we also have our second recovering city at that point.
We do. 6. Exciting. Good job, Cairo. Well done. 5. And then you guys be thinking about what we want to spend the 3 on.
I'd say 1 for the runner. Whatever card we put, or whatever. Wait. We could make the captain an ultimate mobility expert.
I mean, I feel like then the person we'd be looking to replace is you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like having too many mobility experts in a single game is just...
With the way this map is shaping up, I don't know if that's the case.
It's a fair point.
Actually,
because we've got a lot of distances to cover.
I would argue against putting it on Captain, because Captain has a limited version of it. I would say it would be better to put onto a different character who doesn't have any kind of mobility of that regard. The laborer could be useful.
What do they do
to
again?
Put the runner on. You may do the build supply action with 1 fewer card if you spend 2 supply cubes.
No.
It's supply center action.
Yeah, supply center.
No.
Whenever you do the transfer supplies free action, you may give or take supply cubes from a player in any location.
That's the type of thing where somebody posts up in a supply center and their entire turn is produce, transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And then sanitation officer,
which isn't a bad thing.
As a free action, discard 2 player cards to take a city or produce supplies card from the player discard pile. So basically broker, except a little more expensive. We also have foundations and infrastructure, which
I know we were saving those for red.
I want to keep 1 of those for red.
I'd rather keep them both for
okay.
red. I'll say... Huh.
What is this? Did we already do this?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the place like Beacle, right?
No, that was a different thing. That was,
I just do not remember.
I don't remember what prompted us to open that. But we've definitely opened those doors. Right? Check 61. 61? South America, maybe?
Yeah, we've opened 61. 61 was Lake Biala, it looks like. Same size.
Right. Oh, that was when we reconned,
Rapa Nui.
Or probably Buenos Aires, actually. Buenos Aires. That's right. Make sure I didn't count this wrong.
Honestly, I would actually argue for making one of those guys permanent.
Okay, I could see that.
I could see putting the New York one and making it permanent.
Yeah, New York.
Because
Lagos as an alternative.
Either New York or Lagos, definitely not Istanbul. But the thing is that we have, I think... Let's see.
I think New York is the most utility at this point because we have the most blues connected.
Yeah. So we have 10 blue cities, and I think based on that and how many blue cards we've been drawing and how many blue cards we've been using, making the New York permanent will help us a lot.
I like the sound of that.
I can see that.
That is just like, I can use it. Any one of us can use it to transfer blue, and blue is the one that we're most likely to.
It's an action to transfer 1 card, correct?
Correct.
So you'd have to do multiple actions to transfer multiple cards.
Still.
Yeah, no. I'm understanding it for my own sake.
Correct. All of that is correct.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I think, especially like, I start in Montgomery.
Yep.
If I draw blues, I can move them out to someone else.
Exactly. So yeah, that's well. I guess we already did it, so that's what we're doing.
Which 2 ration events do we want to add? Neither came up, so.
Yeah, true. Here's what we got. we put in one. No, we put resilient population and the one that takes off plate cubes, right?
Yeah.
So,
which would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been amazing. I say extended forecast is my choice.
Oh, destroy triangulate signals.
Extended forecast?
Yeah, I think extended forecast is really good.
Especially now with the Hollow Man shit. That's like, I think extended.
Ooh, yeah,
with the
we
Hollow
can just
Man,
stack them all up. Yeah.
we can stack them up and we can choose which one they go on top of.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Like, I think now that the Hollow Men have come out, we have so much more utility for that.
Other stuff. So, what happens if we... Oh.
What?
There's an inoculation unit, which I know y'all want. I mean, it's got its utility.
I mean, I think you're absolutely right in assuming that it's going to bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
I just, at a certain point.
It's got a very good utility currently, and that's what I'll say about it. So if we're repeatedly getting fucked by one city...
And it can be played between steps 2 and 3 of an enemy.
Yeah. I mean, that's totally a thought, if y'all are game for it. Other stuff, I mean, there's hidden stockpile, which...
That wasn't really an issue for us.
Yeah, that wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
It's Team Bravo. There's... It worked the first time, and then there's one classic One Quiet Night.
No. Definitely.
And I'd say the rest of them, like, Dispersal, definitely not, because that relies on havens being stocked. Airlift, kind of, but not really.
These are my 2 votes.
Data transfer, extended time, expeditionary voyage, probably not.
So I will say, extended time would have saved our ass.
Yeah.
Well, on multiple occasions in this last game. With distances going further, it might be worth getting that for any of us.
I definitely see that argument.
Yeah.
Because that can help us prevent, like, and that would be useful for any of us now.
So would be this?
That's, like, I think that's a good choice. I don't know if it's the best choice, but I think it is a good choice.
I think, especially when you weigh the expected penalties of inoculation against that.
My vote is for extended time, but
yeah, I think I like it.
I'm biased.
I'm good for it.
And so One Quiet Night is a no?
Yep.
Alright. Any random order that I put these in? Or
Just there. Alrighty.
So, game 1 in July is down. We now are going to jump into game 2 of July.
Hey, we actually finally have our things fit on the actual track,
on the
for
track
the first time.
And also, it's worth noting, only 3 of those objectives are completable.
Yes.
We cannot complete
to do
Recon
those.
1 Unknown Region. We have to complete 2 searches, we have to connect 2 new cities, and we have to build 3 new supply centers. So, I think obvious choice for connecting new cities is, well, Johannesburg would be cool, but Antananarivo.
Oh,
Antananarivo, excuse me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're assuming that's where Topaz is.
I would also say Tehran, because that's the one non-infected city.
True enough.
Yeah, so I think Tehran, Johannesburg, and Antananarivo are ideal. We also, don't forget, we have Bogota and Santiago.
Yeah.
That we never connected.
Yeah, we don't like.
I mean,
my arguments for Antananarivo.
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 Yep.
It's like that one Icelandic volcano that exploded that one time. Reykjavik?
No,
Reykjavik is the city, right?
Big city, yeah.
It was near.
Ayafaya
Mountain!
The argument for these two is that they're both black cities.
Which we're assuming.
Which, well, not only that, they're the areas where we oftentimes have the toughest amount to get because there's just the fewest of them.
Yeah.
So that expands cards,
Also,
which makes it easier for supply centers.
Possibly throwing this out there.
Yep.
We will be reconning from Kolkata.
Yeah.
At some point in the future.
Yep. We should try to get to Kolkata. It's a recon from Kolkata.
Exactly. Getting there and dropping a permanent supply center there would be pretty awesome.
Yep.
That's a tall order.
It is.
Because that's three city connections and a supply center. But if we can do it,
well, we definitely would get to Tehran then. But we can drop from Baghdad, actually.
Yeah, that's a legal move.
Lots New Mumbai. We can do.
Fucking
center of Kolkata. Yeah, that works. Baghdad also works.
Keep in mind, if we do that though, we
can't
do this.
Yeah.
I would say Tehran is then our best bet, and to base Tehran as the center of operations for most of the Middle East region, going into South Asia.
Yeah. I think that's probably a smart thing to do. Alrighty. I think I shuffled
it does require us going through Frankfurt to Moscow, which can be a pain in the ass to go through.
Or through Cairo to Baghdad.
Yeah, which is the argument for that. Oh well, yeah, no. If we go to Tehran through there, yeah, actually that's a smart idea.
Both. Both is good.
Both is good.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Underrated
7,
movie.
8, 9.
I don't know what movie it is.
The Road to El Dorado.
That and Atlantis are the two. They're both Discovery things.
Resilient Population.
Nice. I got
and Double Blues.
I have a search.
I have a search.
I
have a search Baghdad.
I don't.
Okay.
Oh, let's put our phone back on.
Yeah. I also have a Sao Paulo Foundations, and of course no blues, so I can't really jump onto New York and transmit those out.
I've got a Tripoli Foundations. Actually, giving you a Tripoli Foundations might be a good idea, because that would be 4 out of 5.
That would be 4 out of 5, and there are plenty of searches at this point, and Baghdad is kind of a dangerous search.
Yeah. I still think that...
I don't think we've searched Mexico City, either.
I don't know.
That
card hasn't come up in a while, so I don't know.
I was thinking about doing it, but...
I remember you were thinking about it, but I think you're right.
Everybody take a stack and shuffle it.
Are they equal?
They actually are. Each of them has exactly 9 cards. We have a 72 card deck.
Not
counting these 9.
Yeah, okay, so it doesn't matter what order.
Yep, that's why I was asking.
Yep. Smart Jacob.
Happens sometimes. Every once in a while.
So, okay. Thinking about stuff that we can get. Searching obviously will give us, various and sundry. If we're assuming that Antananarivo is Topaz, then that will give us discard a player card matching the color of a just drawn infection card to prevent 1 supply cube from being removed from that city.
That's fucking
which
powerful.
Is pretty fucking boss.
Yeah.
So, ding ding ding.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was it?
Discard a card matching the color of a just drawn infection card to prevent 1 supply cube from being removed from that city.
Mm-hmm.
That's due any time? Is that once per infection?
No. There's no limit, and it's not an action, which means it can be responsive. And in fact, it has to be non-responsive because it's during a just drawn.
Oh.
Okay, so bam. Bam.
We're all good with the same character. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We don't have quite enough of a satellite network yet for me to...
Yep. I think VIX is probably on their way out, but not just yet.
Yeah, I agree. What was the one? Money, you got it. Okay. So we've got 8 left.
Mm-hmm.
Frankfurt was an ass to get to.
Yeah,
so
I think Frankfurt
Paris.
as sort of a hub.
Yeah.
Baghdad as sort of a window. Kinshasa, I already put an extra one on as again a window.
Paris.
Paris
Paris
is an
and
ass to get to. And
Washington, yeah, all these just sort of like remote stuff.
Chicago.
Chicago?
Have you ever
It
tried
was an
getting?
ass to get to.
Have you ever tried getting from Dulles to Washington? It's a pain in the ass to get to.
Buenos Aires.
Wait, San Francisco's out. No, it's got one more.
2 left. Tripoli?
I could see Tripoli.
What about New York?
New York.
I think
How about
so.
New
The
York
ones,
and Tripoli?
the ones that I'm concerned about right now are Istanbul, Tripoli, New York, Jacksonville. The starters, so they've got 3 copies.
Jacksonville. New York has only 2 because we inoculated one.
Right. So Jacksonville and Tripoli?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it. Cool.
Alrighty.
Incorrect.
Tripoli.
Good call, Wanda.
Atlanta. It's only one luckily. San Fran.
That does mean we need to remote drop onto or move. Drop
Sao Paulo. Cairo.
That's 5.
Cairo.
Fucking hosed.
Washington.
That's 7.
I can remote drop on Cairo.
Frankfurt. Istanbul.
Alright, so problem area.
Yeah.
Bit of a problem.
Bit of a problem area. I mean, really, just like putting an extra 2 cubes on Atlanta will buy us enough time, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Chwazi.
Oh.
Sao Paulo could use some love.
I can remote drop onto Cairo or Sao Paulo. Probably Cairo.
Cool.
All right.
You again.
It likes me, I guess.
It
for
does,
family
yeah.
legacy. All right.
Or if you want to produce and drop on Cairo.
We did a thing. Luckily, it didn't come up. The Holloman gather cards don't start in here. They don't enter the deck until the first epidemic is drawn.
Oh. Good to know. I did not know that. Because I was going to be like, oh, now we don't really have to worry about them because they're so distributed throughout the deck and all that kind of stuff. Oh, this is fun.
And they get shuffled into the top.
Yeah, there's a there.
Yeah, no, I wasn't looking at
At the start of the game, that's where they are.
Go ahead and shuffle this real quick. And then...
It's going to be Jacksonville lockdown on the top. Calling it now.
Fingers crossed.
Finally,
we
hopefully.
need that fucking card.
I want to get rid of fucking Jacksonville
Also,
as
I
much
will
as
point
possible.
out, resilient population, straight off the top of the deck.
That's...
We do have 2 Cairo.
We do have 2 Cairo. Oh, that came out.
I could just do it right the hell now.
I mean, that would...
There are worse things to do.
Yeah, but Cairo's already got the plate cube is the problem.
True.
That's my issue with it.
No, you're right. That's absolutely true.
Because it's like, it's already got the plate cube.
Yeah.
If we possibly removed it, then yes. But
Yeah, we don't
until then,
we don't,
no.
Well, we do have drastic measures, but still.
It's
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah,
It's somewhere in that.
Still, yeah.
Gigantic
Exactly.
stack of shit.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay,
You're right.
Well, Jacob, start us off.
Okay. What do I need to save?
So Istanbul has 2 more copies. Atlanta actually has no copies.
Yes, Atlanta's fine.
So I think your highest
San Fran
priority.
is fine as well. San Fran already. Yeah, the other copy is inactivated.
So I think Istanbul is your highest priority.
Okay.
Istanbul and Cairo. So that
One.
part of the world.
So no, none.
Yeah, right. Just free movement.
1.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. 2. 3. 4, because I am a badass.
Yep. Wizard. It's a surprise
Magic
wizard.
cookery.
Yep.
Moving along.
1.
New York.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Let's get started with some blues, y'all.
okay.
I'm gonna give you Washington and then go up to Frankfurt and search.
Sure. Yeah. That's fine. Let's.
So you don't want to move
Lagos?
closer to me.
Correct.
And Lima.
Lagos.
Okay. Lima and
Lima. Lima could use some love.
Lima could use some love. It started at 1 though. That's the only copy.
Yep.
I know Lima has a double search, so that was the thing.
Yes. But we already used the sea search, I think. That's how we discovered up, didn't we? Or did we come from north?
I think we came from north. Because San Francisco is scratched off, I think.
No, I'm pretty sure that we came from south. I'm pretty sure we came from Lima.
Whatever. Okay. I can remote drop onto Cairo, Baghdad, Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo?
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
Remote drop on Sao Paulo.
Cool.
That's turn 1. Turn 2. Could either of you...
No.
No. Do you have any utility by me going over to you?
No.
No. Okay. I can produce supplies.
And then move to Jacksonville.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that I do still think we should do one of these games is do either this connection or that connection. Just because it would increase freedom of movement in the North Atlantic.
That's true. So I would say head over to Jacksonville.
Okay. Just looking to see if there's anything not seeing. Alternatively, I can move to Sao Paulo to reinforce Lima.
That could also be useful.
I mean, all three of these are one card cities.
Yeah.
So it's really just wherever you want to go. Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it is you're going to be more use in the middle of America.
Well,
especially because you're closer to New York.
Which part of America? You just said America.
Oh.
The middle of North America.
Precision.
Sorry.
I would say go to Jacksonville.
No, sorry. I said America, not America.
That's true.
Yeah. Don't have to tell me twice to go to Jacksonville.
Yeah, go home, Caleb.
Go home.
Okay.
What you got?
What do you got?
Ration event, drastic measures.
Yo.
Ooh. Do we want to take care of Cairo?
Jacksonville.
No, not yet, because there's not a second playthrough.
Jacksonville with the foundations on Sao Paulo. I'm now at 3.
Yeah,
No. I meant like in general, like if we take, because currently there are 2 in here.
Right.
If we take that out and then we already have the, we know that we're going to be able to.
I would hold on until we get one more plague.
Okay.
Yeah, especially, I mean, since
I didn't mean using that immediately. I meant using that and then later.
Since it's responsive, I also think waiting and seeing how the deck unfolds.
That's totally
like,
maybe we get
the second Frankfurt, and then we're just like, ugh.
Yep.
Alright. And we infected? We did not infect.
Chicago.
Jacob.
Moscow.
Instead of me moving to Jacksonville, would you prefer to go to Vignedo and or New York?
No, because
okay.
I want
Yes,
to...
because the trade. Yes. I need to think about stuff.
Yeah, because I'm going to build the supply center in Frankfurt.
Yes.
1, 2,
That's smart.
3.
Because then I could also go from Frankfurt and be like, have all the cubes!
I would like to produce, but I can't. So, 1, 2, 3.
Keep in mind, if you want to save the action by not giving him a 5th card, and if you can use that turn to search in Frankfurt and potentially produce spies or whatever the hell, he can take Frankfurt from you when he comes there.
Oh, he didn't have Frankfurt. He gave me Washington.
I gave you Washington.
Yeah,
oh, that's right,
instead,
but I don't have to discard this.
He could
Oh,
search it.
That's a fair point.
If that saves him a turn.
It would allow me to produce supplies before I leave Providence.
And what would you do with the supplies because you don't have enough actions to place them?
Hold them.
That's what I don't want you to do.
Oh, okay.
I don't like having supplies on character sheets at the end of the turn because I can then not be able to place them.
Alternatively, he can produce them and give them to you.
He can
for free,
but I would prefer not.
Okay.
That's I don't think that's useful.
Search.
Because that's just to me not as useful.
Oh, it's a person.
Person.
It's a hipster.
Oh no.
Companion messenger. As a free action, you may take supply cubes from an adjacent location and place them into your location if you have this card in your hand.
That's nice.
That's useful.
That is very useful. Oh man.
Back.
Yep. Alright, and we have 1 search done. Cool.
Okay.
Cool beans.
Your cards?
Fucking shit.
Mexico City.
Other one with nothing on it.
That's
We have a
good.
bunch of 1 cards is the thing.
Yeah.
The Hollow Men are shuffled in.
Oh no, I have to shuffle them in.
Where are the Hollow at? Are they already in there?
No,
They're
there.
on the bottom of the stack.
Okay.
Greg was smart. It happens.
Really?
Thought, and it's only copies of the same city, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Up to 2 copies of one city.
Yeah, and I was gonna say if we could choose 2 cities and take 1 card out from, we could remove 2 of.
So the question is now, do we want to use anything?
I mean, this is a pretty thick stack. We can assume that this is going to be at least 80% of the cards that we're working with for about the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think removing the double Cairo is a pretty good idea.
I think I like that idea.
Removing the double Cairo.
It's the only double we got.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's
you're
the
right.
most benefit that we will get from any card.
Resilient population.
Cool. Cairo is out. We no longer have to worry about Cairo.
Draw your second card in case it's
Well, you
extended forecast.
Renewal.
I saw the that stuff and I was like, wait,
You
what?
use this.
Yeah, you use that.
Oh, we did. Thank you.
I saw the ration event colors and I was like, is it extended forecast?
That'd be pretty cool.
Though I wouldn't really want to use it now.
Yeah.
Alright. Triple E. Land. Oh, shit.
Hawk.
Walk. But now we can use your thing and get rid of the Cairo and the Inland.
Yeah.
Um,
Should we use that
No.
right now?
I don't think so. That's a ration event that I like to leave for later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
because
we'll
you
find
can
a higher
selectively
priority
choose.
city.
Yeah.
Because if another one of these gets infected,
Mhm.
it's probably higher priority than Cairo, which doesn't
Exactly.
lose a population.
Exactly.
You're right. You're right.
Alright, my turn.
Yes.
Move. Free. Build. Blue cards. Builds on Frankfurt.
Right.
So that's 1 action. 2. 3, 4. And then Frankfurt is not going to be in any kind of trouble. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so that's my turn. And Fran and Istanbul. I only need 2 more blacks.
Okay.
And now we infect Holloman in Mexico City.
Oh, that's good that no
Not
one
that
goes there. Also, that means it's not a. We don't really care about an infection cube there.
True. Yeah. On Washington.
Which I am right next to.
Right.
And it's not like I'm. Well, I mean, I could say that.
Alright.
My turn.
Your turn.
Go to Washington and drop.
I like that idea.
Go to Washington, drop 1 or 2? 2.
Yeah, drop 2.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Do either of you want to go to my side of the world?
Great.
I'm kind of ambivalent at this point. I think it's fairly. My location is relatively unimportant.
I will say.
Honestly, if you could do this, it would be better for me if you could move me to Jacksonville while you were there.
Yeah.
Because it just gives me better access to the havens.
The only thing I would say that might be beneficial for you is if I were to move you, or if I were to move you to Chicago, that way you're 1 away from Denver, because Denver has 3 really things that are 1 away from it that need stocking.
Actually, that is also a good
It
point.
moves you
and then
away.
yeah, that's fine. Well, let's do that. And then I can also go
And you
this
have
way.
access to Rapa Nui for
Yeah.
that.
And I could also go to Lima. I can
Will
go.
log us from Rapa Nui.
Yep, exactly.
Best designed seer ever.
That was a really smart idea. Good
Okay,
job, past us.
Yeah.
drama
Alright.
cards.
Wrong.
Don't use drastic measure, yes.
No.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Denver,
Okay.
which is you may
Cheaper
establish supply
supplies.
lines
Ooh,
with
which
1.
if that's what we're going to be doing,
Really
eventually.
good stuff.
Yeah. And 2 St. Pete with 2 searches on it.
Right.
Nice.
So, infect.
Hollowman. In. Hollowman.
Nice. Love it.
Zip.
Lima.
Oh.
Oh.
That's pain.
Yeah.
That's very neat.
I mean,
Right.
again, the good thing is that.
It's a deep move. What are you doing?
I thought that was.
It was
Yeah,
Holloman
that's the
and
first
Holloman
one.
and Holloman.
Oh,
and
That was the
Lima.
first one.
We
have two
just drew
cards.
so many cards.
I don't like it. Don't draw it.
San Francisco.
Ooh.
So, I can use drastic measures at the end of the game, assuming nothing gets worse, on Atlanta and San Fran.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, keep
Lima's already gonna. Well,
in reserve.
yeah, Lima's gonna go down, but we can't. That doesn't affect Lima.
Do we want me to connect Tehran to the grid?
Sure.
I can do that from Moscow this turn.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
If you can stay in that sort of area, that would be very useful. Because I can search St. Petersburg.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So produce supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Move. Spend these supplies to create a supply route.
I had a ruler here. What'd you put?
And then, I don't know. Some other
Move
thing.
back.
Yeah, move back probably.
That's what I'd say.
Especially, yeah, if William's going to be coming to me.
Yep.
Different thought.
Mm-hmm.
Since this part of the world seems to be exploding. No, I was going to say try to get to New York and just send me St. Petersburg. And I could search.
That could also work.
But I don't know how much you want to.
Okay, but I can complete. No, wait, it wouldn't complete the other one. That's connecting new cities to the grid. Basically, I think at least with Denver on me and with 2 search cards, I should be on that side of the world with Greg.
Okay. Okay.
So,
You're still in Moscow, yes.
Yes. And honestly, it would take less time for him to pretty much bamf to Frankfurt.
then it would for him to get to New York.
To get to
Yeah,
New York.
no, that's totally true. All right, so and then with my last action, I'll move back to Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Where did that fit? I was like, I did not use those cubes.
Right.
Okay. Draw card.
That's me.
No, I'm at 7.
Portable Antiviral Lab. Nice.
That's the create 3 supply cubes anywhere, right?
Yep. Double search.
See, if I had LA and you had St. Petersburg, this would be a lot easier.
Right.
Yep. Alright. Infection. Istanbul. And Frankfurt.
You're fine. You are so
like,
fine.
I was like, that's where I am, and then I was like, oh wait.
Oh wait, Jacob dropped 3 cubes on there.
Alright, Jacob, save North America.
Let's go.
Where did I go?
Denver. No action.
And then just fucking like.
Action 1. Action 2. Action 3.
Yeah.
Action 4?
Question mark.
I think so. So it can't drop onto Denver. Yeah, I could only either produce or drop.
That's good to me.
Cool. Lagos with foundations. And Cairo. And I have one. I need one more because I do have foundations.
Foundation. Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Cool. So, infections. Moscow. Lagos. Not good. I can remote. I can do shit into Lagos from Rapanui.
Nope.
Nope. That checks out.
You just got a really nice spiral in it.
Yeah.
The map checks out there.
Alrighty. That's
Did
what
you
I got.
drop one into Denver?
No.
No, good, because
I dropped Atlanta and San Fran. And they
Okay.
both have to.
that's what's smart.
Alright, that's Jacob's entire turn.
Okay.
So to William.
Ew. 1, 2. Do we go 3, 4?
No.
No?
Maybe. Do whatever you want. Moral of the story, all I mean to say is that I think establishing the sea route from Montgomery to St. Petersburg is a very vital, like, that's a good investment.
Yes.
So if you can either produce supplies in Frankfurt and then just, like, have them ready for you, well, again, Frankfurt doesn't like that. Maybe take one from Frankfurt before you go.
John St. Petersburg at all?
Right, because I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? But it's established supply lines.
Yep.
Which, is that the same action as Charter Sea Lane?
No.
Okay, then I can't actually do
You
that.
can't use the discount amendment. But
I mean, you could take one from Frankfurt and the one from St. Petersburg.
that's what I was going to say. You should do that because as of right now, St. Petersburg has not even been drawn at all.
Okay,
So,
trust me, I'll.
so that's a 0, and that's a 0. So it's 1, 2, and then sea lane, and then search land,
Okay.
or well, actually,
Search first.
search in case it's a free sea lane.
Yeah.
Okay, search the sea.
Search the sea.
Search the sea.
Search the land, or search the sea.
You can't take the
sky.
Well, they did take the skies. We have no planes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they took the skies from us. We have one. It's just really, really
JJ
And
big.
rickety
to us.
and made of chicken wire. bailing
You are all geniuses.
Is it a free sea lane?
It's a free sea lane from St. Petersburg to another city.
Any other city?
It-
You go all the way
It
to
does.
New York.
It does say any other city. I don't know if that applies to Haven.
Oh, actually, I think it does explicitly because we this is what we
Cities
got
and
with-
havens
yeah.
are explicitly
So New York or London are basically our only 2 options.
I'd say New York just because it's more centrally connected.
I mean, that would give us a really quick route from New York all the way to fucking St. Petersburg.
And then we could do a land route from St. Petersburg to Moscow,
Yeah.
so that we could just go and yes,
And we could still connect Montgomery to St. Petersburg.
like manually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. So like, we would have to just draw this really carefully.
It was a secret sea lane devised by Soviets. Go from St. Petersburg to New York.
You know what we
During
gotta
Cold
do?
War.
Okay, so that actually then that answers this question. I think especially if we go from St. Petersburg to New York, then the crisscross here, we want New York to Vigneto. You can get from St. Petersburg to Vigneto in 2 jumps.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool. Alright.
Okay. Well, I mean...
Please excuse the back of my head.
The other thing is we could go from St. Petersburg to Montgomery in 1 step. And from St. Petersburg to Vigneto in 2. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're going a little bit too far down. Or up, yeah. Stay as close to land as possible so you have room for more sea routes.
Jacob's right. Because if I use my last action here to build a sea lane to Montgomery
So then we can
from
get
St. Petersburg,
there's a little spit right there. And we can get that to either Montgomery or London.
Yep.
I say take it to Montgomery
I would say so as well.
Okay.
because London's only 3 away.
So that was the second search. Jacob, you already did that. Good job.
I used my last action to charter sea lane to Montgomery.
I think so.
Do you want to charter sea lane to Montgomery, or do you want to use one of those supply cubes to establish a supply line in Moscow?
Oh,
I think that could be
that
better.
actually probably would be better.
Because then that's that's
'Cause
2
at this
moves
point-
to go from New York to Tehran.
And
Yeah,
technically,
well,
you could have waited to do that anyway and left the last one on St. Petersburg just in case.
Yes. So, build us a...
No, you're right. Because picking them up is a free action.
Picking them up is a free action.
So,
Alright.
if someone wants to draw that line,
St. Petersburg has actually become what it's always wanted to be. An actual hub port.
A window to the west.
a hub in general.
So why St. Petersburg? Why not Archangel, one of the coolest named cities of all time?
Cool.
All right.
That was
quite a turn.
Great turn.
High five.
It will be very ironic if you scratch off the land and it says create a free land route to another place.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but that would have been funny. Alright, well, now you draw your 2 cards, one of which is New York,
Nice.
and the other of which is an epidemic.
Wait, hang on. After drawing New York, you have to discard a card. Probably New York, honestly.
Yeah.
Or just use drastic measures.
You could use drastic measures. I mean, we have San Fran and Atlanta, and those are probably going to be the ones that we want to use them on anyway.
Y'all good with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that there's reinforcement in that area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He locked down Jacksonville!
Fucking finally! So how's this work?
We have to discard a yellow card.
Alright. No.
No?
Discard a player card.
Ah.
Any player
Well,
any player can discard
It first
any
has to
player
go in here because we still have to resolve shit. So.
Yeah.
Because this is discard is the.
But also
mother fucking A, because this is gonna go right to the top again.
What do you mean?
No, we don't have to do. Okay. So while it is right here, because it does go into the discard pile before that goes on top, right?
That's correct.
Does anyone want to discard a card to get rid of fucking Jacksonville?
Yes.
Okay, which card are we discarding?
I'm leaning towards Frankfurt, but I could also be convinced to do any
What,
of the
what
others.
does the Frankfurt do?
As a free action, you may take supply cubes from an adjacent location and place them into your location if you have this card in your hand.
I can get rid of San Francisco.
That's a better choice.
Yeah.
Cool. You may
the honors.
do the honors. Fucking finally!
Fucking finally!
Portals!
When did we put? That was like 4 games ago.
That was like 4 games ago, yeah.
And it was on the bottom of the deck, so if it was not designed to be drawn normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only designed to be drawn from another
That's
deck.
pretty incredible.
Friggin' A.
And that's our second, right? Epidemic?
That is our second epidemic.
Also, means no risk in Jacksonville for a while.
Yep.
Correct.
Which is good, because no one will push near it, really.
Yep.
2 cities.
Lima.
Bloop.
Mexico City.
Alright. So, as much as we don't care about them because of population loss, if that keeps happening, this is going to be bad news there.
Yes. Alright. So, it is Greg's turn. What you gonna do, Greg?
Okay, well.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong?
I forgot to change the background.
Oh, it's still near and far. Hey.
Still near and far from earlier.
We wanted to do so many things. I'd do anything for board games, but I won't do that.
I mean, I probably would.
Well, do you want to get Tehran connected to a new city?
I'd say we are in damage control mode.
Yeah. But the problem is there's not a lot of places.
That you can control.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay, how much would it take for me to get to Tripoli? It would be extremely prohibitive for me to get to Tripoli.
1, 2, 3. Oh, and, you could use the portable antiviral lab there. That would be your turn, but you could get there and do that.
Might be...
CAC on.
Yes, both of them.
Yes.
Alright.
1, 2, 3. Free action.
This is your actual action.
Probably produce supply cubes before I leave Frankfurt, actually.
Okay. So take your supply cubes.
I'd like to place them, but I can't. Yeah, that's me. Istanbul. Buenos Aires.
Holloman.
Holloman in. Holloman.
Atlanta.
Oh. Fucking hosed.
Alright, so that's the first one.
Yeah. And then like.
Oh. This is not looking good.
This is looking very bad.
Okay.
Jacob. Oh wait, we have no Kairos left. What the hell am I doing? Just do that. So what's a high priority right now?
Lagos.
Yeah. Are there any... So Lagos and sort of Mexico City and Lima are high priorities because they could come up again once we epidemic. Are there anything...
Lagos could come up again. We have multiple.
Did we have
Lagos.
2 Lagos?
I don't remember if we drew them both, but I know that we have multiple Lagos cards total.
Well then, bam bam.
Yeah.
Do it to it, my friend.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm badass.
Because you're a badass. I'm gonna do a thing.
Washington. Rita.
Because these are off to the
Yeah.
side, but we did that before we knew the template.
Yeah.
So.
Jacksonville. Alright. Tripoli.
Clutch!
Moscow.
Slightly less clutch.
Alrighty, that's my turn.
So Moscow's you. Hey William.
Yeah.
It would be really cool
Mhm.
if you could move me to Jacob. I think that would be
Is
fantastic.
it move a pawn to any other pawn? Why have I only been doing that for me?
I don't know.
You haven't.
No, you have done it other times.
Okay. So make move drop.
Why?
Cool.
I can't remote drop on anywhere, but I don't think anyone needs it. That
Do
other
you
cards
have
I
that
have.
action?
No.
Well, no, but
Oh.
that yeah, that was
No.
the other alternative.
No, this is the
Yeah.
best.
Okay.
This is good. All right.
I am at 7 cards.
So we'll see what you'll discard.
Washington.
Right.
Discard Washington or New York, honestly. Well, then again,
No,
yeah,
do not. Do not discard either of
You are
those two.
close to a blue.
Take it, discard
So
Cairo.
yeah, discard Cairo. Because I'm gonna give you Istanbul.
Yes. And you will take
Paris,
Lagos.
which I have to discard 1. Baghdad.
Yeah, because we're done with searches.
Okay. I have 5.
Okay.
I can move back to St. Pete and build 1. Or I can move out to one of you. I'm just saying I should build it next turn.
You should.
You should. Okay.
Because
so
I will build. Yeah, and that way next turn we win.
Infect 2.
Are we building another
Or no,
city?
we would have to connect another city. But I think we would be able to do that.
Infect 2.
Alright. Frankfurt. I would have to
How did that happen so fast?
Because
Oh,
I
because
took
we
one
took
from
one.
Frankfurt.
Istanbul.
Alright. Well, regardless, I mean, this is happening.
Yep. I have to get there. Shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna take me a long time. Action? Yeah, I can do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, actually. I'll
You
tell
should
you
take-
what.
Do you want to take that? Or no?
So,
You don't need to actually because we have everything we need.
well, so here's what I'm thinking. What's your proposed route to get to black?
1, 2, 3, 4.
What if instead I got you to Madagascar?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, 1.
Yeah.
Do I want to take Lagos before I leave? Probably, yeah.
Well, you have enough actions.
1. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. I technically could.
It shouldn't matter.
Shouldn't
Because
matter, but
I will
yes.
then finish on my turn.
Yeah, no, exactly. But safety precaution there
Yeah.
in case we have
Best
some
practices.
really, really fucked up shit.
Let's see, is there anything else?
Oh man, this is getting tight. This is real tight now.
Yeah.
This is some tight shit right now, guys.
Yeah, I think that's about as optimal as it's gonna get.
I'd say Hugland.
Yeah.
Hugland, unless you want to leave enough room for.
Just get from here to Daros Salon.
Yeah.
Salon.
Well, we could always get to. Oh, we not right now, but yeah. All right.
I'll just draw like in the middle-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, lean towards that because I doubt there's going to be.
And also, we might want to cut up through here to get to like Mumbai or something.
Yeah. Well, like Mumbai can probably go around Madagascar.
Pretty much leave enough room on both sides so that we can have routes.
Works.
It's a little tight next to the Kinshasa there, but we can do at least one. And I mean, honestly, technically, like.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the second of those. And no,
Good things are happening.
This is the Near East. Yeah, Africa's in there.
Good things are happening. Is that the Near East?
This?
Yeah.
Well, India's not, but like Riyadh.
Okay, yeah.
These go here. No, sorry, those go in there.
Yep.
These go here.
I drew your 2 cards for you.
Cool.
Anton, one of these is going to have opal. Or topaz. Topaz.
Almost certainly.
Washington?
I'm guessing it's the land. I could be wrong.
Washington.
I have to discard one of these. No, I don't.
Yep.
I have
hand limit.
a hand limit. Next increase hand limit.
Fucking.
What are we losing?
Fucking fuck. Ugh.
That's what.
Damn Hollow Man.
How long been in San Francisco?
Alright, so Jacob, get you to Madagascar, my friend.
Yes. Is there anything I need to reinforce on the way?
I don't think there's really anything you can't reinforce.
Yeah, not really.
Not at this point.
Okay. 1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Oh, that's useful.
4. No, there's a Blake Dew there.
Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, we suspect that William's going to end the game on his turn, but you don't want to.
But I don't want to be.
We don't want more people to
Betrayal.
have to be. What if? Is there any reason to like produce?
Wait, no, I have 2 actions left. Duh, because my first movement is free.
Oh yeah.
1, and then 2.
Sure.
Unless.
Do you want to...
1, 2. Get us to Dar es Salaam. If we did that, though, it would preclude getting from Lagos to Mumbai through here.
Yeah, but we can always go around there.
Well, but that's relying on the fact that there's going to be this part of the map.
Yeah.
Which we suspect, but don't know for sure. You know, going to be this situation.
I mean, like,
Up to you.
like even so, it could just be this part and not be the rest of Madagascar.
True, very true. Just a thought.
What do you think? So, what do you guys think? Because I'm
Well,
thinking.
so how many cities are on the grid right now? Oh, please.
Could you do Lagos to Khartoum? You would end there, but I'm gonna end the game.
Where's Khartoum? Lagos to Khartoum? I could connect Lagos to Khartoum.
We're currently sitting at 25 cities. Okay, so we have crossed
That
over.
pushes us in the new bracket. I would say actually hold off on connecting a city
Okay.
because we don't know how many player cards that might introduce that might bump us up to the next.
Well, we're already bumped up.
Is
As
it
soon
possible
as,
to
as
get?
we added Tehran, we're bumped
Is it possible to get bumped up even further?
Okay, so we were at 57. Tehran got us to 58. This get us to 60. 60. We would need 3 more cards, which means 1 more city isn't going to do it.
Okay.
I mean, we could also. That's the thing. The other thing is,
We can wait. Up to you.
It has its utility. On the flip side, you know, because there's some of these that have 3 copies, right?
Only the starters, actually.
Yeah, it's the population.
Starting population.
That's the starting population is how many cards go in the deck.
Yeah.
Pretty
nifty.
every day.
Yeah.
Could do.
No, I
Enter
don't know.
Navarro to Rapa Nui.
We could not.
No, there are
It
2
would
red
cross
lines.
2 red lines. Yeah.
But I cannot go to cartoon. No, because I have two actions left, and that is before I produce.
Okay. Got it.
You could create the route, but not travel.
No, I would not be able to go from this
Oh, you're
one
right.
action
You're right. Yeah.
to 3. So.
That's right. You're right.
So it's pretty much Dar Salam or nothing.
Go either way.
Alright, just saying.
I will say we should hold off from it. I think it's a
That's
little
certainly
bit
the more
out of the
conservative
way.
play, and I think that's not out of bounds right now.
So I'm gonna go boom. boom.
Yeah, it could be and it has 2, so it'll be 2 cards, so it'll be a threat.
Yeah. All right.
And I could really screw
I
us.
think.
Okay.
Draw your player cards.
Interesting.
Kinshasa, alright, cool. And then
Produce a plus.
produce fine, alright. Impact 2.
Sao Paulo.
Alright, that's fine.
Carlos.
Chicago, also fine. So, William.
Is there anything I can do that will make us... I could search St. Petersburg before using it. Do we want to use that? It's a bigger box.
I think we have enough cards that have searches on them that we don't have to worry about using that, cutting into our capability of doing that. So yeah, I say do it.
for it. 1.
So
The only thing is that, like, what happens if it's like a stash of 2 supplies? That's like, oh, well, that was...
It's a character.
Oh, even better.
Even better.
It's Siberian somewhere. Companion Operative.
Ooh.
You may do the search action for free if you have this card in your hand.
That's cool. Meaning that I think it costs an action.
It costs an action to search normally.
Oh, okay, I was like, are we supposed to be discarding supply cubes?
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, great. Awesome.
Okay, yeah, and then the last is I'll be using these 4
And that one,
and this one. Is there absolutely anything else I could be doing?
No.
Okay.
Because we're not drawing. We don't need any more supplies.
And yeah, about the only other thing that we could possibly do is use renewal. But I think we wanted to wait.
Wait.
Until...
Wait. I could pick up the supply from Moscow while I was there, pick up the supply from St. Pete, and build a sea lane. Or I could build a supply route from Moscow to Baghdad.
True. I think
Either
a
of
Moscow
those.
to Baghdad would be good.
Cool. Moscow to Baghdad?
Moscow to Baghdad because of my Denver dude, which allows us to establish supply lines at 1 cube.
Yep.
Cool.
Faint supply line. Companions are cool. Companions literally saved Tripoli.
Yeah, they did. All right.
Okay. And I build my last action, and that's game.
Boom.
Well done!
We did.
We won,
Holy shit, we did it.
Yeah, we somehow managed to pull it out.
Oh
Okay,
boy,
so
that was
Can you
tight.
go ahead and
Towards
get
the
rid of your
end.
cards.
Yes, it was.
Just to
It
clean up
was.
the board. Alright, get that out of here. Again, anything that isn't going to affect population, off the board.
The satellite can move off.
Yes.
We already have a permanent there. We didn't build any satellites, so we don't have the option to make any permanent.
Okay.
Okay, so
We have.
By the
We
way,
get-
for anyone in chat who is
Oh yeah,
currently there,
yes.
we have
sanitation officer and the captain. Both
who
of
need
these
names.
characters.
yes, we need
There's
names.
their portraits. If you want to name them, you can name a starting location that's one of these 4 havens. So Montgomery, Providence, Vignedo, or Rapa Nui.
And give them a name. So
Give
if,
them
if
a-
you
yeah.
guys want to participate, we would love that. So yeah, totally let us know. And if you want close ups, I can
You gotta
always do
arrange
something
that.
like this and show you what they look like, what they do. Just
That's the
let us
captain.
know. That's
Alright.
the captain. That is the
The
sanitation officer. So,
Feel free to participate.
So we
We
have
have 7.
7 to spend.
Oh.
Unfortunately, if we don't want any ones, 4 of those are spoken for.
I definitely say that's worth a thought.
yeah, just totally with it.
All right, so these are all accounted for. They suffer no population loss, but no population growth. That costs us 4 out of our 7.
We still
So
have 3.
then, population, please. Lagos, nothing happens because it goes up, but also down.
Cairo,
Cairo,
nothing
same
happens.
thing. We need 8 for Denver, and we need 3 threes. 1 for Antananarivo, 1 for Frankfurt, and 1 for St. Petersburg. Denver is totally fucking fine. Antananarivo, sorry. It's not the first time I've done that.
Frankfurt.
You want to take one?
Okay, so
Frankfurt. Let's take
3 left. What do we think?
There's so much stuff.
All the same stuff we had last time, so we can't do any permanent satellites. We
No.
don't have any new ones. We could make a permanent supply center. And nowhere really. I think the only place that has like a high priority for that is Kolkata.
Yep.
But we didn't get one there, obviously. So Outrider, Foreman, Lookout, Scout, Smuggler, that stuff.
Architect, broker, runner, foundations, and infrastructure.
Link.
We have to choose these before we see the next mission, correct?
That's
Yes.
correct.
So we don't get to optimize this.
We do not.
Alright. What does runner do again?
Runner. It's over there.
Runner, as an action, discard a city card while in a haven or supply center to move to any location on the grid. With the scope of our grid,
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
getting.
useful.
We're pretty far flung. I mean, granted, we have also been doing lots of. We've got this connection. We've got this connection. We've been mitigating it somewhat, but that is still really helpful.
We'll
It
say
is.
the laborer, we stack the laborer with architect. That means that
They can do build supply with 3 if they discard 2 supply cubes.
Build supply center.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, for me at the moment, I don't know how limited we are with the building the supply centers.
We have actually had pretty good luck getting the cards we need.
That's true.
Like in general, just
If anything,
especially
it's been mobility.
it's especially the blue. Like we have so many blue cards
Yeah.
that it's not like between the blue and the yellow, we have so many of those cards that we really don't have much of an issue with that.
Yeah. And now we're gonna have a lot more black cards.
Yeah, now we're gonna have a lot more black cards. I don't see that being an issue of not having enough.
Okay.
Like if there's just a yeah.
Well, I mean, what do we think about Broken Link?
So that one,
After discarding this card, it goes on an infection card.
Yeah.
After discarding this card, any player may discard a player card to stop drawing infection cards for the rest of this turn.
I think that's a good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
I think how much does that cost?
1.
Yeah, I think that should be one of our 3. I don't think. What are the 3 cost ones right now?
3 cost are architect, which is the build with 1 fewer,
Outrider, Recon with 1 fewer.
and I think that's it.
Infrastructure. Oh no,
No,
infrastructure.
infrastructure's 2.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we should do Broken Link. Either I think Atlanta.
Honestly, I don't think it matters. Actually, no, it does matter. We want it on
A card that we're not going to use resilient population on.
correct, but also we want it on a card that we don't care if it gets drawn.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we'd be stopping everything after it.
Yeah.
So if it comes up, what do we not care about?
Okay, so then maybe not. Maybe Washington.
Washington's maybe a good choice.
Lagos.
Or what about one of the ones that has been reduced from the amount that it started with? So like San Francisco, New York. Something that's not threatening for that reason.
If that, I would say probably New York.
More accessible.
Yeah, it's easier for us to do stuff with when it is drawn.
Yeah. Okay. New York it is.
Oh, the Denver Broken Link was the last card.
Ah.
Or do we want to do Cairo?
We could do Cairo. We definitely don't care about Cairo getting drawn.
Yeah.
Or Denver.
That's why.
Oh, Denver already has a
last
broken
time.
link. That's right.
Okay,
yeah, let's do
yeah,
Cairo.
justification for Cairo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cairo's in recovery. We're fine.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I suppose it sort of makes conceptual sense, right? If what we're thinking about is broken link representing a place where the disease stops taking hold, the healthiest cities are going to be that.
Well, I mean, technically we have the densest population.
True.
All right.
But yeah. Okay. So then 2 cost stuff. Establish supply line with 1 fewer supply cube. Cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you stack that with the Denver guy, because then it's like, as an action, I pay nothing and establish a supply line.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Lookout. I still really like Lookout.
What does that do?
To do the search action, you may take the city card matching your current city from the discard pile.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really useful for like,
Yeah.
if there's a specific city that, so like, if we want to search Antananarivo,
Yeah.
but it's already been discarded for whatever reason, like, that's a great way to do that.
I mean, it's also it's really useful going forward because whenever we connect something, it's usually it has some sort of a search on it.
Yeah.
And then you can go to that city, take that city, and search from there.
Yeah, totally.
So I do think that is a really useful one, especially going forward.
Okay.
But who do we want to put it on?
Right. So.
Do we want to put it on any one of the current ones?
So pros cons. Putting it on a high mobility character, you have to take the card of the city that you're currently in. So someone who can get to the places that we need them to be.
I would suggest Captain.
Yeah, or Caleb. Again, I also think, especially because we have, well, renewal is kind of it's not quite that same thing.
Renewal still fills up that.
I am generally of the opinion that we've done an incredible job avoiding an exposure. And even though we are finding increasing ways to become exposed,
Yeah.
we care a lot about it.
Yeah.
It's like blighting
Yeah.
in Spirit Island. Like we prioritize not getting exposed over losing the game.
Yeah. That is true.
Like,
And Caleb's feature is sort of that he's good at
yeah,
getting out.
he can just like nope the fuck out.
Yeah.
So it does work well with that.
I could be up for it.
It's a gamble, but
It's also a commitment to Caleb for the foreseeable future.
I mean,
I
I
don't
think
think
we're
I-
committed to go.
I think
only
Vix
one-
is the only character who's in question.
Yeah, Vix is the only one
Because
who's
you're
like,
a wizard, as we discussed, and you're
also a wizard.
You're
but
also a
different.
wizard who's spec'd into teleportation is conjuration.
Dimension door.
Yeah.
Weirdly, yeah.
Yeah.
Teleport without error.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Look out. Let's do it.
Let
I'm
go.
just dimension dooring everywhere.
Yep. Pretty much. Or dimension like us together.
Dimension.
Boom.
All right. Well, there you go. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to July. That was the entire month of July. Both games. We did lose the first game. And so we've been going up and down, 2 to 4 funding for a little bit now, which is heartening. I mean, that's a low number, but
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we managed to pull it out after, was it March? April was the hell month.
Yeah. It was I think March.
March was the hell month.
Yeah.
And then April we lost the first one and pulled it out in the second.
Yeah.
Which is good because otherwise we would have drawn turning point number 2.
But so there you go. That's
Was that July?
Yeah, that's July.
That's July.
Why did I not write? Oh.
Oh fuck! I didn't write June last time either.
Did we win that in one?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
I haven't written anything since April. So
All right. Well, anyway, thank you all for watching. Definitely sub or follow the channel.
pass money.
Sub we can't right now, but if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us. If you are on Twitch, follow the channel. We do live streams like this one twice a week. We have a schedule for our Wednesday streams, which are our main streams, and we do different games there. Next week is going to be a variety week, so we're going to have a variety stream then, and then next Saturday is when we're planning on streaming. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go. We also have a podcast, so dragonsdemize.com. Check out our podcast.
We played that 4.2.
All of our videos are on YouTube. And we're going to be having another one coming out early next week. A how to play video of Dragon Brew.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
So that's going to be fun. Check that out. And we hope to see you next stream. So thank you very much for tuning in.
May the 4th be with you!
And we have to do that at least once during the stream. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.